Hi everyone, it's Josh Jackson, the host of OCF Crosspoint, and I'm here to tell you the podcast is back April 26th with a new season and new stories of military life at the intersection of faith, family, and profession. It's hard to believe the last time we published a podcast episode was way back in March of 2020, the time I somewhat jokingly refer to as the good old days. And then COVID hit, and our communications efforts, really the efforts of our entire ministry, were forced to adjust to the disruptive nature of the pandemic. And since then, you, me, all of us, we've been in a sort of liminal space. That space between points, a space littered with different types of adversity along the way. This liminal space is a place where transition ultimately gives way to transformation. We find ourselves looking back and longing for what was, while trying to look ahead to see what's coming next. And in the midst of it all, we can't help but wonder, when will this liminal space just end? In some of the episodes coming up this season, you'll find that struggling through adversity is at least one common thread as my guests tell their stories. They all went through their own type of liminal space. They all struggled with the loss of what was, and they all faced the uncertainty, maybe even the anxiety of what was next. Here are some sound bites from a few of the episodes we're working on for you.
I laid in bed that night and I said to God, I give up. We both know, you and I both know, I'm too much of a wuss to do what I've been thinking about doing for a couple of years now, and that was take my own life. I had really thought about it.
That was a turning moment for me. I attended every cadet chapel service with an open heart. I didn't know anything about the Bible. I didn't know any of the songs we were singing. I didn't know why we were doing X, Y, and Z, but I knew that I liked it, and I can't quite explain it, but when I was there, I felt safe, and I knew now, in retrospect, that God was touching my heart. He was drawing near to me, and He was calling my name.
So we just had a normal conversation, chit-chatting, and then before she hung up, she said, "I love you, Mom." I told her I loved her too, and that wasn't uncommon for her to say that. But that was the last word she said to me, and that gives me comfort because we had a great relationship.
So as you sit in this liminal space for however long it may be, don't forget that OCF is here for you. We're still open. We're still doing ministry. We're still here to pray for you. As you wait for this next season of OCF Crosspoint to launch, take some time to catch up on previous episodes of the podcast. And be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts. That way, you'll always get the latest episodes of OCF Crosspoint whenever they're released. And as always, if you have an idea for a topic that should be considered, or if you know of a story that needs to be told, I'd like to hear from you. Send an email to me at podcast@ocfusa.org.